Hi, Kathy here with Kathy's Cute Creations. Today I'm going to show the fabric haul that I got when everything was on sale. So I got 3 yards, between 3 and 5 yards depending on the fabric. So this fabric here was 40% off, and it's purple with flowers. I guess you can go this way with it. I really like that. I got 3 yards of that. I got this pink. It also was the same thing, 40% off. And then I got this. It was also 40% off. I went ahead and I got 4 yards of it. Everything else was 25% off, so I got the tail end of the bolt on that, which I think that is great. That could be used for water if you had any kind of thing that you wanted water in. And then I finally got my black and white stripes, and I got the tail end of it, so that's about 5 yards. And then the thing that I was excited about for those that don't want to use the spray starch, not the spray starch, I'm sorry, the spray adhesive, or they don't want to use the double-sided fusible or even the single-sided fusible when they do any kind of applique. And what this is, show it to you here. And let me turn it this way so that you can read it. And that does exactly what it says. You sew this on with large stitching, and when you're done, so let's say that you wanted to, if you're one of the people that baste, whatever you do, doesn't make any difference what it is. So let's say you want to baste your quilt. You, instead of using thread and basting it, or instead of using regular thread and hand basting it, use this, and when you get this wet, it disappears. It's as if it was never stitched. And I think this is one of the greatest things that's been invented that I just discovered down there at the quilt shop. Another good thing is when you want to do applique, you can sew your applique on with basting, baste it on, and then turn around and sew it. This way you have not fused it, because if for some reason you made a mistake and it wasn't in the right place, it's stuck there on that fabric. And if you can't use it and go forward with it and make something out of it, you've got to trash it, or you've got to recut everything out for yourself and start over. Now here's another good thing this is for. When you do sewing for seamstress, let's say that you had a knit, normally around the neck area, the arm, it doesn't make any of the shoulder. In order to avoid, for example, this piece of fabric stretches, to avoid that before you put your band on, you normally take thread and you sew it. Now you sew it so that it will be inside the seam line, so you won't see it. You're not sewing over it, you're not taking it out. But this would work great because it doesn't make any difference if you placed it too low, and then when you go to sew yours on, you don't see a little piece of thread right down below the seam line where it should have been up higher. That will save you having to take it out or pick it out, whichever. But only because this will literally disappear once it gets wet. And you don't have to dunk your entire thing. You can actually take a little piece of, you can take a little Q-tip, get it damp, and then just put it spot along, and it disappears. And that's what I was excited about to let you all know. So that was my fabric haul and my thread, this new, they're calling it Rinse and Gone. And it is, and when you, I don't know if I can unwrap it here. Let's see if I can so you can tell. Because it does look a little bit different than thread. Yeah, maybe. See if I can get it open here. Okay, it actually, it looks like, well, let's see if it looks any different to you. It looks like it's a piece of, instead of like the way that normal thread looks, it almost looks fluffy. I don't know if you can even see it in the camera there. but I thought that was one of the best things they've ever invented. That's great that you can sew that on and it disappears. I think it's polyester. Yep, it is. And it's 40 weight, so you can use it on most projects. You can put it in your hand needles or your sewing machine or even your serger if you wanted to. It doesn't make any difference. So that's it for that, and I'm going to do the Threadology block next. So if you're following along, go ahead and get your pieces and everything cut out, and we'll get working on that next. Take care. Bye-bye.